Yo, what's up, movie people? I hope you're doing well. We're almost at the start of the summer movie season, which starts at the beginning of May to the end of August, and we have a lot of good movies coming out. So I'm going to give you guys my top 10 most anticipated movies of summer of 2023. Before we get started, make sure to like this video. It helps out a lot, but let's get to number 10. Alright, number 10 on my list has to be Pixar's Elemental. I first saw this trailer like a long time ago, the first teaser trailer, and I was very intrigued. It was a short trailer, had like just the two main characters in there, fire and water creature, and I was a little bit intrigued on it. But then I saw the second trailer that just came out like a month ago, and it looks really beautiful. It kind of reminds me of like Inside Out or Soul, which I think are great Pixar movies, but this one looks to be diving like even deeper like into like the world or lore like in Zootopia, which I really enjoyed. I don't really know too many people in the voice cast, but man, I just cannot wait for this movie. People went to CinemaCon and they saw 20 minutes. They say those 20 minutes are great, and I feel like this one's just going to be like a great time in the theater. And I do think that this could help Pixar like really reinvent itself into what it used to be, because I just had Lightyear and that one did not go over well, and Disney just had Strange World, which was not great at all. But I think Elemental looks really good. It looks like a fun summer film for the whole family to go see, and I just cannot wait for it to come out. I think there's going to be so many cool scenes in this. It's going to be like a little experimental for Pixar, because outside of Inside Out, they have not done something like this before, and I'm interested to see how they do it. So that's my number 10. Let's get to number 9. Alright, number 9 has to be Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, the final Indiana Jones film, supposedly the final film with Harrison Ford, of course. This is his return to form, just like Tom Cruise returning for Top Gun Maverick. This is Harrison Ford returning for Indiana Jones. And we got Mads Mikkelsen in this one. Phoebe Waller-Bridge is in this one. This one looks like a ton of fun, but it's a little bit lower on my list than I would have expected coming into this year, because we had the second trailer a couple weeks ago, and that trailer really didn't get me any more hyped than I already was. Usually a second trailer really elevates your hype to a new level when you see it, but I didn't think we saw really anything spectacular, like any money shots of what's going on. Some people at CinemaCon did see some footage of it. They say it looks pretty good, but some green screen is noticeable. That kind of throws me off a little bit, but I'm just excited to see Indiana Jones again, because it's been a long time since we've seen Indiana Jones like on the big screen doing anything. But I have hope, because James Mangold is directing this. He's the director of Logan, Ford v Ferrari. Those were awesome films, man, to be seen in theater. And I cannot wait for what he does for this. Steven Spielberg said he saw the film and he liked it a lot. So I feel like this one's just going to be amazing. It's going to be at least amazing to look at, because the trailers just are offering up some good visuals. I just hope Harrison Ford can do some of the action, and it's not always a double. But I'm very hyped for this one, even though it's a little bit lower than I expected. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is my number 9. Let's get to number 8. Alright, my 8th most anticipated movie is Transformers Rise of the Beast. We just had our second trailer. Go look for my reaction. It's on my channel. Man, that second trailer was so cool. Just like ND5, Transformers is returned to form. It has been a little bit since we've gotten all the Transformers back. We did, of course, have Bumblebee, which this kind of is like a soft sequel to Bumblebee without Haley Steinfeld. Bumblebee, I thought, was a great movie. I'm hoping this one is even better. We have Anthony Ramos in this one. Our voice cast is stacked. Pete Davidson, Michelle Yeoh. I just cannot wait for this one. This one seems to offer some cool action from in the trailers. And I feel like Anthony Ramos' character might get his own suit. We saw that in the trailer. It looked like he might be getting his own suit. But I feel like the Autobots in this one, the whole Transformers themselves, they look a lot different from Michael Bay, but they kind of look more simple, which I really do like. And it kind of makes me like remember the first Transformers that came out directed by Michael Bay. It kind of reminded me of that, and how much that film was just really enjoyable. So I'm hoping to get a really just enjoyable time for this movie, because Transformers used to be so much fun until Michael Bay ruined it by going just way too convoluted and way too boring, and he just tried to include way too much story. Transformers should be about the action, character moments, and humor, which we are getting from these trailers that I saw, and the whole in battle looks absolutely like it looks absolutely insane. There's some one shots in the trailer. I just cannot wait. So Transformers Rise of the Beast is my number 8. Let's get to my number 7. All right, my 7th most anticipated movie of the summer has to be No Hard Feelings with Jennifer Lawrence in it. It's her, like, I think this is like her first comedy film, her first R-rated comedy at least. This one, I didn't even know this was coming out this year until I saw the first trailer. But this first trailer was absolutely hilarious. If you haven't seen this trailer, I would go and check it out. Like, go find the trailer. It's so funny. And I just think that this one's going to be like such a freaking fun time. It's going to be so raunchy. Like, it's just going to be like Jennifer Lawrence, like, with no filter at all, which is the best kind of Jennifer Lawrence. We haven't seen Jennifer Lawrence in a role like this in, like, I don't even know. She has not even took a role like this in her life. But since she's got an Oscar now, I guess she can take all these roles that she wants, because she looks like she's nailing it from the trailer. It just looks like a total trip in the theater. And I know it's just going to be like one of those 90-minute comedies, which we've been missing a little bit from our movie theaters, and I cannot wait. I feel like this one's just going to be, hopefully make a decent amount of money so we can get a lot more comedies like we did in the mid-2000s. And Jennifer Lawrence just looks like she's having the time of her life in this movie. So my number 7 is No Hard Feelings. Let's get to number 6. All right, number 6 has to be The Flash. I cannot wait for The Flash. I have a trailer reaction for the second trailer on my channel. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. But that second trailer showed so much. It's totally different than Indiana Jones's second trailer, because The Flash's second trailer got me even more hyped for this movie. Like, some of the scenes that I see are like so close to the Flashpoint Paradox, the animated movie, and I just had a total blast with that movie. And I feel like this movie is just going to be like that movie, like a little bit differently, but like a lot of the same. We have Sasha Calle as Supergirl. She looks absolutely fantastic. Michael Keaton is back as Batman after like 30 years. Man, this one's going to be so much fun, electrifying at least, like The Flash himself. Ezra Miller does have a lot of problems going on behind the scenes, but I'm just trying to focus on the artwork itself, trying to separate the actor from the art, because Andy Muschietti probably put a lot of time into this movie. He's been working on it for years, and I cannot wait to see his vision for The Flash. And we did have CinemaCon reactions for this movie, and they're all saying this is a great time. They're saying it's one of DC's best movies, which isn't hard, but I'm glad to hear that DC has another win on their belt. I hope this movie can do super well, because this resets the whole universe to go into James Gunn's DC. And so I'm hoping that it's all well. I'm hoping that the VFX look a little more polished, because in the trailer, VFX are a little bit wonky, but still, I feel like Ezra Miller looks like they're doing a great job. Sasha Calle, as I said, we haven't seen too much from her in the trailer, but she looks absolutely beautiful as Supergirl. Michael Keaton, he's still got it. Come on. Michael Keaton doesn't lose it. He's still got it. He's going to get nuts in the movie, and I cannot wait. The visuals of this movie is probably going to be insane, and I think Andy Muschietti is going to direct the hell out of it, and I cannot wait. The Flash is my number 6. Let's get to number 5. All right, my 5th most anticipated movie of the summer is Across the Spider-Verse. Man, I cannot wait for this movie. My top 5 is just absolutely amazing. My top 5, I cannot move them because they're all just set in stone. But number 5, man, Across the Spider-Verse. It's been a long journey. Into the Spider-Verse came out like 2018, I think it was, and that's my favorite animated movie of all time. And some people are saying within the industry that this one could be even better, and I just cannot wait. If that's the case and this one's better, holy crap, we're in for a treat. But I'm just hoping that it can live up to the first one. If it doesn't, if it's a little worse, that's okay. But the animation of these trailers is perfect. It's perfect. The second trailer is just absolutely insane. So many different Spider-Man in this movie. I can't even name them all. We got Daniel Kaluuya is voicing Spider-Man Punk. I think that's what it is. And then we got Oscar Isaac voicing Spider-Man 99. And Oh my god, Haley Steinfeld is so good as Spider-Gwen, and Shamik Moore is absolutely terrific as Miles, and then we have Jake Johnson as Peter B. Parker. Just it's just so crazy how much they upped the game with the animation in this one. And Metro Booming is doing the soundtrack for this one. I think we might get a better soundtrack than the first one, which is absolutely insane because the first one has a really tremendous soundtrack that really helped elevate the film in a way. But this soundtrack by Metro Boomin is going to be awesome. If you had heard his latest album, it's amazing. So I'm happy that he's doing the soundtrack on this one. But the story here looks a lot heartfelt, a lot of more heartfelt moments like the first one. Miles is trying to become Spider-Man. We got the Spot as like the hidden villain. He's going to be the villain of this one. And then Beyond the Spider-Verse comes out next year. Wow, what a time it is to be a Spider-Man fan. I cannot wait for this movie. Animation, like I said, just looks perfect. So Across the Spider-Verse is my number 5. Let's get to number 4. All right, number 4 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. This is being recorded and released before Guardians 3 comes out, so we're in the clear. I have not seen it yet. So Guardians 3 is number 4 because it's Gunn's swan song for Marvel, and it's our last Guardians film. I think Guardians is just like going to be the perfect trilogy for Marvel, and I haven't seen the third one, but the reactions are extremely positive compared to Quantumania, and even Black Panther Wakanda Forever didn't have reactions this positive, and I thought Wakanda Forever was great. Ant-Man Quantumania really left me disappointed. It's just such an average and below average MCU movie, but reactions for Guardians 3 are off the charts. I do think Guardians 1 is like the second best Marvel movie, and Guardians 2 is really underappreciated. I think it's a great movie. It's not as good as the first, but it's great. And I think Guardians 3 looks like it could be almost even better than both of those two. The trailers got me just so emotional watching the trailers. And James Gunn really has a way with directing superhero movies, which I enjoy, because he injects so much good humor into the movies, but he also injects like heartfelt emotions that really get you tearing up during the movie. He makes you care about all the characters, and he does a great job at directing action scenes, which I am impressed by every single time I watch his movies. I just cannot wait for this one. We got Star-Lord back in it. Chris Pratt has just been on a roll. With this movie, he's going to have like 6 weeks in the number 1 box office spot. That's insane. I just cannot wait to see what happens to these characters. I know I'm going to be broken after the movie in absolute tears, but the ride has just it's been like a 10-year ride almost with the Guardians. And I feel like James Gunn is just going to end it super well, but I'm sad to see him go from Marvel, but I'm happy to see him like leading DC. Him leading DC is going to be absolutely brilliant. He's going to do a great job. But Guardians 3 is number 4. Let's get to number 3. All right, my number 3 is Barbie, directed by Greta Gerwig. I'm very hyped for Barbie. It's going to be such a roller coaster of a day at the theater that day, when Barbie and Oppenheimer come out. I think I'm going to go first into Oppenheimer and then into Barbie because I want to start sad, end happy. But on to Barbie, I think the trailers just make that movie out to be like, it's kind of like looking like Free Guy, but up to another level because Greta Gerwig is directing it. She's a great director. She directed Lady Bird, Little Women. I think those are both amazing films. But this is such a step out into left field because it's so different than those two movies. But this really does remind me a little bit of Free Guy, and the comedy is literally perfect. This comedy for a movie called Barbie has no right to be this perfect. And you got Ryan Gosling in here, who is hilarious in everything that he does. The Nice Guys, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. Ryan Gosling is hilarious in that movie. I have to watch that movie like twice a year. He's so funny in it. Margot Robbie, she was amazing in Babylon. I don't care what the critics said. I love Babylon. She's back here. She looks amazing as Barbie. I can't believe they were going to cast Amy Schumer as Barbie once in this. I would have died. I would have died if they cast Amy Schumer. But Margot Robbie looks incredible. Simu Liu is in this, and then we got Emma Mackey in it from Sex Education. We have a lot of Sex Education cast members in this. Will Ferrell, John Cena, We got even more people in this movie than I would have imagined. It's just like Oppenheimer. I can't believe they're both releasing on the same day with stacked casts. I cannot wait for this one. It's stylistically beautiful, and it literally could win an Oscar for best set design because the sets of that recent trailer are amazing and beautiful. But the comedy is what's going to make or break this movie. If you don't like the comedy, you probably won't like the movie. But I cannot wait. That means Barbie is my number 3. Let's get to number 2. All right, number 2 is Oppenheimer, directed by the one and only Christopher Nolan. And man, Oppenheimer, I'm really excited for Oppenheimer. Like, as I said, the day that Oppenheimer and Barbie come out is going to be probably the best day in cinematic history of going to a theater. It's going to be unimaginable. I can't believe one of them hasn't moved, but it's going to be a great day for theaters. It's going to be super packed, but Oppenheimer is going to be like the saddest one probably and like the darkest tone. But that doesn't mean I'm not hyped for it, because I am, because it's Christopher Nolan, who literally hasn't made a bad movie in his life. And this one looks and sounds like it could be one of his best. I've heard people from inside the industry that this literally is his best movie. And I think Interstellar and Prestige, Inception are like tremendous movies. And if he gets any close to that, then I'll be super impressed, and I'll think it might be the best one of the year. But just from the first trailer, it looks like breathtaking. Hoyte van Hoytema, I think, is a cinematographer again for this, and he's tremendous. He did the cinematography for Nope, Interstellar, and even more. He does beautiful work. And I remember seeing the first trailer for Oppenheimer in front of Avatar, The Way of Water in IMAX, and I was taken aback. The scenes just look brilliant, and I heard it's 100% shot in IMAX. So you got to go see it in IMAX, because you're going to see the whole picture in IMAX. And the story of Oppenheimer is like, it's like one of no other. He changed the world in more ways than one. And the whole cast here is stacked. Florence Pugh is just in this too. I love that Florence Pugh is getting so many roles in this this year, and they're all for movies I'm excited for. But Oppenheimer is something that is just going to be probably one of the best lifetime experiences in a theater, because you really get his story told in a way like no other. Like in the book, I cannot wait to see some of the scenes brought to life for Christopher Nolan. I hope he gets the sound done right, because his sound in Tenet was a little too loud. But I hope Oppenheimer is one of the greatest Christopher Nolan films, because it looks like it, and I cannot wait. So Oppenheimer is my number 2. Let's get to number 1. All right, my most anticipated movie releasing this summer is Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. Yeah, it's a Mission Impossible film. Our 7th one, I think this is number 7, and we still have Part 2 after this, so we're going to end with 8 Mission Impossible films. That's insane. No one would have thought that when the first one came out. But Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning, Christopher McQuarrie, man, he knows how to direct Tom Cruise, and Tom Cruise knows how to act and do stunts so well. Let me just tell you, if you didn't see my CinemaCon video, the people at CinemaCon saw 20 minutes of this movie, and they're describing it as one of the best action scenes they've ever seen. You got Tom Cruise, Haley Atwell, in basically a small car handcuffed to each other, being chased by 4 different groups in Rome. And I hear it's just a hoot. I hear it's an insane action sequence. And John Wick 4 had crazy action sequences, and someone said that this action sequence they saw for Mission Impossible is so much better than John Wick. And I'm like, oh my, I cannot wait. I cannot wait what Christopher McQuarrie does with this movie. And I'm so excited to see what the whole storyline is, because this is going to stretch across 2 films. That means we're going to have a big cliffhanger probably at the end of this one. And I heard this one had an initial cut of like 3.5 hours, and they said that the cut was like really good, but the studio executives wanted to cut it down like 2.5. So I'm hoping they don't cut it down too much, but I hope it's very long. I hope it's like 2:45. I hope it's even 3 hours. I could sit through 3 hours of action, because I know Christopher McQuarrie would do like 3 30-minute action sequences. I can't wait to see the whole cast back again, because the Mission Impossible Fallout was so good. Mission Impossible Fallout is my 2nd favorite action movie of all time. And if Tom Cruise and Christopher McQuarrie can get a one that's better than that, if they can up their game again, which I think they will do, I will be like shocked out of my mind. Like when you see some of the scenes in the trailer You see them on the train. That's insane. But the sequence that really gets me hyped is when Tom Cruise is riding the bike off the mountain and just free diving off the mountain. Like, can you imagine what that's like? I saw that whole behind the scenes of that scene when I was watching Avatar: The Way of Water in IMAX. I saw that whole thing, and it's just insane. Tom Cruise is just a brilliant man. He's one of the best movie stars in Hollywood, I think, and he has a lot of dedication to his roles. He broke his leg on the set of Mission Impossible Fallout, and I just know that Tom Cruise will not disappoint. He always knows what's best for the movie and the story, and I know he's just going to do a brilliant job. I know this movie is going to be amazing, and I'm going to basically be seeing it like so many times. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to review it. I can't wait for the new trailer. We're supposed to be getting a new one in like 2 weeks. So Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 is my most anticipated movie of summer 2023. That's basically all my top 10 movies that are coming out this summer that I'm excited for. I want to know you guys' movies that you're excited for this summer. Let me know in the comments down below. Like I said, make sure to like and subscribe to the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.